Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you today's feature event. It's 40 fast laps in the Advanced Legends Series at the Legends track at Charlotte. This the top split featuring the best drivers on the iRacing service at the time this race was offered. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 10th spot in car number 3, racing out of Long Island, New York in the Whiskey River Legends car, that's Ryan Barbieri. Starting 9th in car number 10, racing out of Colorado, Englewood, Colorado, that is John Becker. Starting in the 8th spot in car number 9, racing with us out of Colorado as well, in the Casey Wiggins Racing Legends car, it's Casey Wiggins. Starting 7th in car number 5, it's the Big Johnson Legends car of Stephen Harry, Stephen out of Georgia. Starting 6th in car number 6, racing out of Colorado in the Club West Legends car, it's Nathaniel Spomer. Now, your top 5 starters, starting in the 5th spot. In car number 7, racing out of the Carolinas region, it's the 600s Racing Legends car of Jonathan Jordan. Starting 4th in car number 8, racing out of Indianapolis, Indiana in the Sparco Legends car, that's Steven Schaefer. Starting 3rd in the Captain Jack's Smokehouse Legends car. He's going to show up on your telemetry as car number 4, but on the screen he will be the red, white, and black 09. That's Keith Fallin. Keith out of Georgia. Keith also a member of the Johnson iRacing team. Starting 2nd in car number 1, racing out of Florida in the Ginger Signs Legends car, that is Richard English. Richard missing the starting grid, going to start from the pits and on the pole. In car number 94, he's going to show up on your telemetry as car 2. That's Jon Tuckness. John in the pay-to-win setups car out of Nashville, Tennessee. Tuckness, one of the very best Legends car drivers in the world, consistently running in the top 25 worldwide. The pace car is in. Tuckness leads the field out of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. The green flag is out. Jon Tuckness gets a great start. Tuckness jumps out front, followed by the 6 of Richard, that is the 6 of Richard English. He's going to show up as car 6 on your screen. He's actually car number 1 in your telemetry. Then behind English is Keith Fallin in 09. So it's Tuckness, Schaefer, Fallin running 1, 2, 3. Tuckness gets a little sideways there coming out of turn number 2. Now down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Jon Tuckness with the lead. We're 2 laps into a 40-lap feature event. Jon Tuckness already beginning to pull away. It's Tuckness, Schaefer, Fallin, Jordan. Those your top 4. Then Nathaniel Spomer running in 5th. Jon Tuckness extending the lead now, pulling away from the 8 of Steven Schaefer. Tuckness running a nice smooth line as he makes his way around this Legends track at Charlotte. Down the back straightaway now. Jon Tuckness into turn number 3. Takes that car through the apex of 3 and 4. Now out onto the front straightaway. Tuckness with a big lead. Let's have a look through the field right now. Shown in 2nd spot, that is car number 8, Steven Schaefer. Schaefer running in 2nd, just behind Schaefer in car number 09. He gets a little sideways there. That is the 09 of Keith Fallin. Fallin gets a little loose coming out of turn number 2. He's pushing that car hard, trying to keep up with Schaefer and Tuckness. Behind Fallin is Nathaniel Spomer. Spomer currently shown in the 4th spot in car number 6. Spomer out of Colorado running a nice smooth line as well. Chasing down the 09 of Keith Fallin. Looks like Fallin's fighting a loose condition early. We're 7 laps into a 40-lap race. Behind Spomer, being shown in the 5th spot, that's Jonathan Jordan, car number 7. Just behind him in the 5, that's the Big Johnson car, Stephen Harry. Whoa! And it looks like Jordan bounces off the wall, spins that car into the infield. Harry, the beneficiary there, misses the spinning car of Jonathan Jordan. On the speedway behind Stephen Harry, it's the 9 of Casey Wiggins. That's the Casey Wiggins Racing Legends car. Wiggins currently shown in the 6th spot. Just behind them, it's the 3 of Ryan Barbieri. Barbieri currently running in the 7th spot. He also still on the lead lap. Little loose coming out of the corner, and a little internet flicker there from Casey Wiggins. Wiggins may be having a bit of an internet connectivity problem. The next car on the speedway behind Ryan Barbieri, that's the 10 of Jonathan Becker. Becker in the 8th spot now. Behind Becker on the speedway, the next car is Jon Tuckness. Tuckness, your leader. He's just put a lap on the 7 of Jonathan Jordan. Richard English, who started from the pits, has chosen to retire. The number 1 ranked driver in this split, not on the grid. Tuckness comes out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Jon Tuckness, a nice smooth line. We are 11 laps into a 40-lap race, and Tuckness has an enormous advantage over Schaefer. Looks like someone spun back there in the back. That looks like the 8 of Schaefer. So it looks like maybe the 8 of Steven Schaefer has gone around. He's given up some positions now. Schaefer dropping all the way back to 4th. To his inside, it's the 5 of Stephen Harry. Harry goes on past. Schaefer got into a little incident with a lapped car there, it looked like that was the black and green 10 of John Becker. That's going to drop Schaefer back to the 5th spot. Out front, it is still Jon Tuckness in the 94. Tuckness really picking him up and putting him down now. He's got a 7-second lead over the number 2 car. That's the second place car of Keith Fallin. He's in the 09. Let's hop in and ride along with Keith Fallin, see what Fallin's doing. He comes into turn number 1 now. He's just in front of the 6 of Nathaniel Spomer. Spomer in 3rd. Fallin looks like that car has settled down a little bit, started to come to him as the tires warm up. Keith Fallin, a nice smooth line as he comes out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Fallin in the Captain Jack Smokehouse Legends car. Racing out of Georgia, Fallin also a member of the Johnson iRacing team. You can see the JIRT logo on the bottom of the deck lid there on the Legends car. Fallin looking to the inside of the 7 of Jonathan Jordan. Might have been Jordan, actually, that got together with Steven Schaefer. Fallin goes on by, now comes to the outside, rolls into turn number 3, now out onto the front straightaway. Fallin, a distant second to Jon Tuckness. Tuckness closing in on the back of the field here. Tuckness really putting a whipping on the field right now as Jon Tuckness is pulling away. He's just lapped the 6th place car of Casey Wiggins. 5 cars remain on the lead lap. We're not quite to the halfway point. That silver and aqua car of Jon Tuckness, the pay-to-win setups Legends car, really quick here at Charlotte. Tuckness down the front straightaway through the center of 1 and 2. The car nice and smooth. Tuckness can see his next victim. That looks like it's probably going to be the 8 of Steve Schaefer. Schaefer currently shown in the 5th spot. He is the last car on the lead lap, about 12 seconds back of Tuckness. A lap here takes about 16 to 16 and a half seconds. So very quickly, Jon Tuckness closing in on the 8 of Steven Schaefer. We are at the halfway point. Tuckness with the lead. Fallin 2nd, Spomer 3rd, Harry 4th, then Schaefer 5th. That is Schaefer just in the picture here. Tuckness gets sideways. Woo! Jon Tuckness very nearly loses that race car coming off 2. You think he's not pushing it hard even though he's got a big lead. Jon Tuckness really driving that Legends car hard. Down the front straightaway now into turn 1. 19 to go. Jon Tuckness still closing in on the 8 of Steven Schaefer. Tuckness with about a 12.5 second advantage, maybe a 13-second advantage over the 8 of Steven Schaefer. Tuckness closing, comes out of turn number 2. This time the car stays underneath him. He can see Steven Schaefer now through the front windshield. Tuckness closing in on this lap traffic. The only thing that's going to derail Jon Tuckness in this race will be an incident. Does Tuckness get loose again? Does lap traffic play a role? Can Keith Fallin try to close that gap? Right now, the gap is extending as Fallin is 10 seconds back of Jon Tuckness. Tuckness out of 4, looks to the high side of Schaefer, now dives to the inside. Tuckness not going to waste any time getting around the lap car. He sets his sights on the next lap car in line. That looks like maybe the 5 of Stephen Harry. Can't tell for sure who that is. That could also be the 10 of John Becker. It is. It's the 10 of John Becker, as Becker will be getting ready to go 2 laps down to Jon Tuckness. 15 to go. Tuckness through the center of 3 and 4. He is closing in. Let's see what the rest of the field looks like. Behind Tuckness, the next car in the field, that's Schaefer. Schaefer a lap down in 5th. Behind Schaefer, it's the 3 of Ryan Barbieri. He's a lap down in 6th behind Barbieri. In 7th, the 9 of Casey Wiggins, also a lap down. Next car on the speedway, the 09 of Keith Fallin. Fallin currently running 2nd. Behind Fallin, it's the 6 of Nathaniel Spomer. Spomer being shown in the 3rd spot. Behind them, we're back around to the leader, Jon Tuckness, as it looks like 7 cars remain active. Stephen Harry has withdrawn from this race. Harry dropping all the way down to the 7th spot. Tuckness leads, 12 laps to go. He is closing in on Fallin and Nathaniel Spomer. Tuckness with 12 laps left, trying to find his way around. Fallin and Spomer actually racing each other pretty hard here, as they both have to deal with a lapped car. That's the 10 of John Becker. Fallin looks to the inside. Becker gives the leaders plenty of room. That's a gentlemanly gesture, a little bit of racing etiquette here on the service, as Keith Fallin now starting to pull away ever so slightly from the 6th of Nathaniel Spomer. We can see Jon Tuckness coming into the picture. We're going to stay here with Keith Fallin because we can see Jon Tuckness making his way in, trying to find his way around. 10 laps to go, now 9 to go. Fallin down the back straightaway. Just behind him, that's the third place car of Nathaniel Spomer. Behind them was the lapped car of Jordan, and Tuckness has just made his way around the lapped car, so we should expect to see the leader any time coming into the picture, trying to put the field a lap down. There are 8 laps to go. The mystery here is whether or not Jon Tuckness will be able to put a lap on the field at Charlotte. Tuckness, a very quick race car. The 9 of Fallin beginning to pull away. Let's hop back and ride along with the 6 of Nathaniel Spomer. We can see Tuckness now closing in on the 6 of Spomer. These cars going past the 9 of Wiggins. Wiggins now a lap down to the second place car, getting ready to be 2 laps down to Jon Tuckness. 6 laps to go. Tuckness pushing that race car hard, comes out of the back straightaway now into 3, out of turn number 4, onto the front straight. Jon Tuckness closing in on the 6 of Nathaniel Spomer. Tuckness now has his sights set to lap the third place car. A little bit of lap traffic between Tuckness and the 9 of Fallin, but it looks like Jon Tuckness is going to find his way around the 6 of Spomer. Spomer pushes up a little bit coming out of 4, and that's Jon Tuckness now lapping everyone but Keith Fallin, and Fallin is in his sights with 4 laps to go. Can Jon Tuckness catch Keith Fallin and put a lap on the field? Tuckness goes to the inside of the 9 of Wiggins. Wiggins giving Tuckness plenty of room. Tuckness, the car really rolling over hard on the right front. That must be a pretty soft right front spring and a pretty heavy left front on this Legends car. Let's ride along with Jon Tuckness. He looks to the inside of Ryan Barbieri. Barbieri gives him plenty of room. There'll be 2 to go this time by. Can Keith Fallin hold off Jon Tuckness and stay on the lead lap? Fallin through the center of 1 and 2, now out onto the back straightaway. Jon Tuckness very quick out of turn number 2. Car on rails. Tuckness right up against the wall now into 3 and 4. There's going to be 1 to go next time by. Tuckness trying to find his way around the 09 of Keith Fallin. 1 to go. Tuckness takes the white flag. He's in the middle of 1 and 2, trying to find his way around Fallin. Can he do it? Looks to the outside. Tuckness now dives to the inside going into turn number 3. Fallin giving Jon Tuckness plenty of room. Jon Tuckness is going to take the win, and he's going to lap the field at Charlotte. Jon Tuckness with an outstanding drive at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Keith Fallin finishing 2nd, Nathaniel Spomer 3rd, Stephen Schaefer 4th. Ryan Barbieri will come home 5th, with Casey Wiggins 6th, John Becker 7th, Stephen Harry 8th, Jonathan Jordan 9th, and Richard English, who was the most highly rated driver in terms of iRating in this split, in the 10th spot, as English just didn't quite make the grid in time and never could really get himself into any kind of rhythm. We'll watch Jon Tuckness celebrate the win at Charlotte. That'll do it for this race from the Johnson iRacing team. This is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.